Oh, the Sykkuno allegations. Pokemon champions saying Meganium is severely underrated. How? It's like the best Mega that came out, dude. What are we talking about? Let's see. Going blind. Beastars. The aerodynamics about cows. Hollow Star. I hate Hollow Stars. Would you try cactus juice? Yes, you said would. Star Fox. How to get banned. I don't even know what this is a reference to. It's just how to get banned. The Amazing Digital Circus. Johnny Somali got finally sentenced to prison in Korea. Oh yeah, I'm also in Korea. What are the odds? Maybe I should go visit them. Let's see. Movie. Jacksepticeye. Is that how you pronounce it? I've been pronouncing like Jacksepticeye. Pie? Gooey pie? No. Jacksepticeye. Anyways, it's making a Bloodborne movie, which is... I don't know when it's coming out. It's probably going to be a very long time before it comes out, but... I shall attempt to promise. I don't know how many people still watch my shit. I made it damn near to 100 and then stopped when I got to Korea, dude. Dumbass Korean law. But don't worry, I figured it out. And if this goes well for like the next week, chilling. Let's see what we got. Senior singles dating platform. It shows four pictures of women. All named Monica. That does not sound like a good idea. Somehow one person fixed Sonic 06. Dude, Sonic 06 is way better. It's just like created terribly. You know? Great concept. Astronomically terrible, worse than hell execution. That's how you make a game. The worst game. Let's see, another VTuber video. Oh, 7 signs you're terrible at Overwatch. I'm kind of curious if somebody got me back in Overwatch. I want to I don't want to be back in Overwatch completely. I want to make it like I play once a week for an hour type of deal. Overwatch ain't it, man. It just can't be it. Remember when I used to think it was cool? I mean, it was cool, but it didn't fall off until they announced Overwatch 2, and then they every promise Overwatch 2 was gonna be, it got remote. Overwatch 2 would be this amazing, fantastic game. Lies. New characters with lore. Lies. Half the lores for the new characters suck ass. Venture is non-existent. I feel like Junker Queen could have had a better update on her story, legitimately. All the new ones we got in February, dog shit, dude. Where is the lore on those guys? Besides one being a rich bitch, one of them's AI is taking control of his life. One guy's a healer, but he's an assassin, and who else we got? Oh yeah, one's a cat with a jetpack. Oh, and the jetpack cat lore? I want my cat to fly. That's the lore. We got Ramatra. We did get Ramatra and Junker Queen, and who else do we get? Dude, it's not a lot. Anyways, what else we got? Monster Stories 3. I'm gonna have to go back and stream so many games. The amount of games I was supposed to like Stories 3. Didn't get a chance to stream. Or Dark Souls 1, 2, 1 and 2, which I had the opportunity to play. Didn't get a chance to play. Monster Hunter Wilds is the big one. I mean, I managed to get some of the streams in there for that, but it wasn't very good. And then I think the worst part about it was I only managed to debate, like, normally when I do Monster Hunter streams, I do so much more, like, I just keep going till the game ends. I literally didn't get to stream the first, second, third, or fourth title update, and none of the additional grinding. Like, trying to tell me to, like, hey, can you stream Monster Hunter Wilds? Brother, I've already spent over 1,000 hours in the game. Like, me, like, I would have to make a whole new character. Oh, god damn it. I have to make, dude, I'm not making a new character to, like, grind everything. Like, it's cool to make a new character for the story, yes. It's not cool to make a new character and then re-grind everything you have attained already. Unless my game gets deleted or some shit. To which, honestly, I would have no problem redoing the entire grind. I remember when World came out. Okay, not when World came out. When World, I think it was when Fatalis. When Fatalis was coming out in like the DLC, I was like super hyped for it. Played it. I was doing all my grinding in, and then I saved my game. Oh, I tried to cloud save it. Jesus Christ. Tried to cloud save it. It didn't go well. Because apparently it had like saved over or resaved. Yeah, I grabbed the wrong save file and saved over that. So like that 1,000 plus game save data got replaced with 32 hours instead. I was like, that's terrible. So what am I going to do? And since I didn't stream Monster Hunter World previously, I just took the opportunity to just replay all of it. And I did stream it, so I have technically streamed World and Iceborne. Streamed the entirety game, honestly more of a sped through Rant through type of game. Spread through the entire base game, right, in less than 10 hours. Hopped on the DLC, oh my god, I played so much DLC. I was probably playing the game. I think I was still in school too. I would probably come home, do homework, be good to go, and probably stream that for the next 6 hours, 8 hours, 6 to 8, maybe more, maybe less, who knows. But I had to get all my grind back, and I did. And then I got that save data back to 1,000 plus hours, which is kind of insane. To kind of oh, I lost 1,000 hours, I'll just get back my 1,000 hours. I got all my gear back, even more gear than previously, because then Fatalis came out. I think I was maybe couple weeks or a couple days, I can't remember, from after Fatalis came out. Maybe I was on time, I don't remember. No, I was on time, because I remember a bunch of friends came on, and they were like, hey, Fatalis is out, let's hop on and play. And we all hopped on and got our asses handed to us immediately, because that's what you do with Fatalis. Mr. One Shot O'Clock. Great time though. Glad I made that in time. What's another game I was supposed to There's a couple games on the Switch. I mean, now that I have I'm literally gaming on the Switch right now. I'm doing absolutely dog shit. Honestly, fuck this game. We're not playing ZA. I'm not replaying Scarlet. It's one thing to play a Monster Hunter game, lose your shit, and then play a Pokemon game. Dude, losing all your Pokemon is terrible. Losing all your Pokemon is terrible. I'm not playing Champions until the game gets better. I'm not playing Let's Go Eevee. No. Dude, if it's Pokemon, probably not. Honestly. It's gonna have to be a new Pokemon game. What do we got here? We got Rayman Legends. What am I playing this again? Rayman Legends. I did stream Monster Hunter Rise and Sunbreak. So that's 2 for 1. I just didn't do Wilds, man. Honestly, the next game I probably stream, I need to do a Google Doc where people can vote. Because legitimately, it's going to be Dark Souls 1 and 2. Because I know people previously, and this is years ago now, wanted me to play Dark Souls. And I did try to play Dark Souls, but had some complications with like my phone service, and the VPN wasn't working for some fucking reason. And then it just like would not save. I got one video in, and that was it. But I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna play it anyway. So I played Dark Souls 1 and 2. I didn't play 3, so that would be a whole new experience whenever I get to it. We do have Bravely Default 2. I can do that. I mean, the next game I stream, once I know everything is good, I'm gonna just do a Pokemon game. That's kind of the next game. Something simple, something easy, something a lot of people can get into without being like, oh, let me play this massive major game, like right off the bat after being gone for 3+ years, right? Like nobody really wants that. So I think it's better to play like something simple, something easy to get into. I just realized I don't even have my comments up. I can still see comments. Yeah, I can still see technical comments. Like that, there's really much to see. You know, it's the same old thing. But I want to start like streaming every day, like I used to. Because let's be honest, it's been far too long. Legitimately, once I find out like volume is good, once I find out voice audio is good, then I'm just gonna jump back into it and we're just gonna go from there. Despite being in the military and working. My God, that is a lot of work. And then whatever crazy situations come up, and we're just gonna take it from there. We'll figure it out. So after this stream ends, I'm probably gonna sit down, listen to audio for a little bit, and then adjust accordingly from there. Here's why I prefer playing turn-based games. At least I can multitask. Like click a move, wait for all the animations to go through. And honestly, I probably should be. I don't want to say playing Pokemon Champions because it's just easier to just hook that up, you know. But since I have my phone in front of me, might as well pull Twitch, see how this is sounding right now. I'll mute my audio again. Hello? Hello? Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know what video is playing right now. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Whoops. Added this. Okay, we're going to try the audio from there. How does this sound? Hello. Okay. See, I remember they said on the mic, you can mute the mic on the headset. These don't do anything. Yeah, this doesn't do anything. So I currently don't have a mic. I mean, I can do. Okay, I think I got it right. 75. So 75 volume works perfectly. This is pretty sick. How many eggs have I hatched? I've only hatched one set. So the context for me doing this, which nobody asked for context, I am currently trying to shiny hunt all the Gen 2 Pokemon. Which nobody really asked for. I don't even know why I really brought that up, but I kind of need conversation for like the next heebie-jeeber hours. Okay, definitely not hours though, I'll tell you that. For surely not an hour. Like it's only been 17 minutes so far, about 17 minutes. But trying to get all the shiny Gen 2 Pokemon, and Lady Ball is one of those that doesn't. It's not in Scarlet and Violet. It's not in Sword and Shield. And I don't really think it's in BSCP. It might be, actually. Yeah, dude. Oh. Nope. What route is that? I don't know what. Okay, so I didn't know. So Ledian is in the game, I guess. So I have Lady Ba. I do have Lady Ba, right? Jesus. Sorry, if I move the mouse, a little thing comes up. Lady Ba. Oh, wait. Here it is, right here. So I got one shiny Lady Ba after 137 egg hatches without the shiny charm. I had to add that without shiny charm. Because I was doing this without the shiny charm and I didn't realize until I hatched about maybe 200 of them, 300. It took me a bit. Yeah, I filled them quite a few boxes before I realized, like, oh, wait a second. Do I even have the shiny charm? Because this feels like it's going to take a really long time. Because I got really lucky getting 137. Like, anybody shiny hunting would be astonished if you got 137. And that's from one Pokemon. Trying to get, like, the full evolutionary line through shiny hunting through the eggs takes a really long time. Like, an astronomical time. Like, getting one after 137 is phenomenal. Trying to get two is, like, that's pure luck. Pure luck. And I was doing it without the shiny charm. So now that I do have the shiny charm now, I think I was missing Spinda. I was missing Spinda for the longest time. Because Spinda's a horde Pokemon? Changes it every day and it's completely random. And I had done the thing apparently in this game. If you change the dates on your game system, it like keeps the same Pokemon for that day until like it naturally resets. So instead of changing daily, if you change your Pokemon, let's say you change your date for like 7 days, after 7 days has passed, it resets and then it starts doing the daily rotation. But I had changed my dates so many times playing Scarlet and Violet that when I finally came back to Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, I don't know how many days I had to wait, man, but it was astronomical. It was over 3 months. That's how long it was. It was over 3 months. And once 3 months had passed, I was like, oh, I can finally like wait for Spinda. And then I still had to wait for Spinda to show up. That's the worst part. So I did all that to basically wait for Spinda to show up. Oh, I should probably let this play. Because I believe it's live on my phone. I can see I see comments or chat. I can at least look at chat. Let me say that. Is it Route 229? Is this the route? Maybe this is the route. I don't know. It only spawns during the day, though. Hey, let me look. I'm gonna look this up, dude, because I did not know Ledian spawns out in the wild. Not that it really matters. It's also Ledian. It's quite literally maybe the worst Pokemon of all time. Take it back, and the worst Pokemon of all time. And there are also bad Pokemon, but Ledian's just really bad. No, come on, dude. It's a. Where's it at? Did I click the wrong generation? No, this. What? Oh yeah, I was looking at it. Yeah, so that's Ledian for you. They made a Pokemon with 55 HP, 50 defense, and 110 special defense. You have the same HP stat, or very close to it, as Deoxys. So you're not living literally anything. And your defense is almost as high as your HP. So you're not living anything physical. Right? And that's okay, right? There are plenty of Pokemon that can't live hits physically, right? I mean, look at Deoxys or Gallade, right? Honestly, I've kind of pulled that one out of my ass. Completely forgot. Gallade has a high special defense stat for a second. But, yeah, you would think that, right? You know, okay, so it sucks. It just has bad HP, and it sucks physically, but hey, at least it has good special defense, right? Right, 110 is great. But that's defensive-wise. Offensively, you have 55 special attack. Yeah, that's not happening. And as a bug flying type, that's a terrible stat to really have. I mean, you got like what, Air Slash and Bug Buzz. But 55 special attack, terrible, dude, terrible. I think. Paris has 45. Scyther has 55. What's another one? No, that's Cascade. Ninjask has 50. Like 55 special attack is abysmal. Quite literally abysmal. It is a stat you don't want to be using. Ever. Okay, so it's a Pokemon with low HP, low physical defense, low special attack, and very high special defense, right? Okay. So that means it hits physically hard. It has 35 base attack. Dude, this Pokemon's a joke. This Pokemon's quite literally a joke. Honestly, if they quite literally gave it better stats, it would be a phenomenal Pokemon. I mean, it's got Tailwind, it's got Bug Bite, it's got Knockoff, it comes with Encore, it's got U-Turn, Swords Dance, Drain Punch, Roost, Thief, Facade, Aerial Ace, Light Screen and Reflect, Brick Break, Giga Drain, Sunny Day, Air Slash, Agility, Baton Pass, Struggle Bug, Mach Punch. Like, dude, it actually has pretty useful moves. And it just sucks. Well, it sucks because it's how they created it. It's got 85 base speed, so at least it has that. Let me look this up. Route 229. Okay. It's a 20% chance. The problem is, there's also a bunch of other Pokemon. Oh, okay. This Pokemon only spawns in the morning. That's so messed up. It only spawns in the morning. So I have to play. What is the morning time of Pokemon again? I think it's like 8 to 12, 8 to 11. Because nighttime is like 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock, depending on what game you're playing. It's like 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock at night. No, it should start at 6. So 6 o'clock at night to like sometime in the morning is the morning time. I have no idea what that could possibly be. And resetting the time is risky. Well, I don't need to like a lot of I don't need to worry about like the dailies because I already completed the Pokédex, so I don't really care about that. Ledian is a 20% chance, right? But if I don't get that 20% chance, that could be. It could be Gloom, Weepinbell, Illumise, Roselia. Oh wait, I got Shining Pearl. Sorry. It could be Gloom, Weepinbell, Volby, Corregli, Oddish, Bellsprout, Pinsir, Illumise. All at varying percentages. So who knows? Maybe I get my shiny Ledian or I get a shiny think I just got one in Pokemon Go. I mean, shiny Corrugly would be pretty cool. I remember shiny hunting for Glameow in Legends Arceus. It was taking way too long and there's not enough spawns, so I was like, dude, I really don't care. I did get one to like 85. It might be 100. It might actually be a level 100 Glameow. I really like cats. I'm a big cat guy. Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, I've been doing so many of these eggs because I did not know you could just do it. But there's also the Grand Underground. So the Grand Underground also has a Roselia spawn there too. So this could be worth doing this way too. The issue is, I've already hatched a bunch of these eggs. But this is, how many eggs is this? 30. Actually, you could do 30 times 18. There you go. Yeah, this is 540 eggs right here on box 18. So 500, I know people normally go into like the thousands. So this is what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Got 8. So, yeah, it'd be another 1,000 once I get to like over here. If I get lucky. But this is with the this is Masuda method shining hunting antics. So what's that percentage again? So it should be 1. Oh, nice. So it should be 1 in 683, which I have not hit yet. So assuming I get lucky, and maybe I get it by 683. It's crazy because I actually read the mechanics on this. So technically, with the Matsuda method, which is already difficult enough, it's essentially 8 out of 4,096. So the result is that when breeding using Matsuda method alone, despite the Matsuda method being intended to provide 7 total rerolls, 1 initial roll and 6 rerolls, which is 1 more reroll than prior generations, which would provide a 7 out of 4,096, approximately a 1 in 585 chance. It is reduced to 6 rolls total, no initial roll and 6 rerolls, and providing a 6 out of 4,096, approximately a 1 in 683 chance to hatching a shiny Pokemon as usual. However, out of generation 6, due to the Masuda method providing 1 more reroll in previous generations, the chance of hatching a shiny Pokemon where using both the shiny charm and Masuda method is unchanged, providing a 8 total rolls instead of the intended 9, for a shiny rate of 8 out of 4,096 equal to 1 in 512. As usual, instead of the intended 9 out of 4,096, which is equal to 1 in 455. So, how much did I say it was again? 540. So actually, I should have been had one. If that's the case. Thank you, Bulbapedia, for explaining how this works. Oh, I guess we gotta keep going until we hatch one. And since the shiny for Ladyball also looks insanely similar to the original one. It's really annoying too, like when these hatch, they actually have the color. They have that shiny color. Which is the worst thing in my eyesight. Yeah. Anyways, if the volume and audio sound good, which I just looked at stream and you know they're still going in current stream, sounds pretty good actually. Looks pretty good. Sounds pretty good. I mean, I'm enjoying it. I'm having a good time. Nobody watching is having a good time. I mean, this is an overall great experience. Oh, I did see a chat. Yeah, somebody offered me best viewers. You know, I never realized how many people just straight up buy viewership. I think the main goal, like when I first started streaming, was just like, I guess put myself out there, and then I realized like, whoa, I can have an experience with a game and then save it. And then I realized Twitch doesn't permanently save your videos, so that was a whole thing. Yeah, I was like, oh, you could put them on like YouTube. And I was doing that for like a little bit, and then like stopped because I forgot, because I missed one video, and I was like, oh dang it, now I can't go back, because now if I upload it, it ain't gonna be the same. And so I just like stopped doing it entirely. So like a bunch of the games I streamed, just it's in my heart, it's in my memories, and that's the best way I can do it. But I think now when I started up again, I'm just gonna start like putting them on YouTube. For people to watch, sure, but mainly for I can go back to and show friends that like, hey, look how terrible I sound. Look how great my gameplay is. I'm much better than you. That's the goal. You know, that's the goal right there. The goal is to like share my experience, getting my ass handed to me, or like succeeding, or people I failed, or both. I don't know. Oh my god. There we go. And yeah, that's pretty much it. This is why I like stop this. Like I'll start it. Like if I have like really like nothing to do, right? Let's say I did everything. I studied, I worked out, I don't know, did chores, took care of laundry, whatever, and I'm just like sitting on the couch. If I have really nothing to do, I hop on here, hatch the eggs in the party, and then swap them out and stop playing. Like I started this last year. When I take this first picture. Didn't I have? Yeah, November 2nd. I took this picture November 2nd. 40. Oh, that says 44 seconds. I legitimately thought that said 44 seconds. Hey, is that my team? There's no way that's my team. I did forget. I did stream Pokemon Shining Pearl. It's terrible. This is my worst in-game team of all time right here. It looks solid, right? It looks solid. But that Magmortar, it's a physical Magmortar. That Bastiodon had terrible HP. That dude would literally die to everything. The only good mon on my team was quite literally the Torterra, and Torterra like was the only reason why this clutched up. Everybody else on the team was terrible. Even the Palkia, who like died in a single hit, I believe. Probably a good thing I didn't save that. My goodness, dude. I'm so glad we moved away from that guy. Well, I mean, I'm playing it now. Like, legitimately, once I beat that game, I stopped playing it. Until they came out with, the shinies. They were doing the shiny mythicals. And they were like, well, if you want shiny Manaphy for your Pokemon game, you need to complete the Pokédex. I'm like, cool, done. You need to complete the Pokédex from Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. Okay, done. No. You need to move. Hold on, let me see if I can move this. Switch Pokédex. Yeah. You need to move the Sinnoh Pokédex, right? Hold on. Can I move my mouse? Can you guys see my mouse? I don't know if you can see my mouse or not. The Sinnoh Pokédex. This Sinnoh Pokédex, there's 151 Pokemon. All onto Pokemon Home. So despite me having Turtwig, right, Turtigrotto, Torterra on my Pokemon Home account, they needed to specifically come from Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl games themselves. So I had to do, like, you saw my hours. Okay, no, that's when I beat the game. But I had to catch. Well, I started off with Torterra. So what I essentially did was like transfer Pokemon over, and then just breed all of them. So besides the starters, right? Besides the starters, I had to go back. Besides the starters and whatever was version exclusive, because they still fucking do those, to go back and literally catch every single Pokemon. And I didn't do it like onesie twosies. I caught every single Pokemon and then put them on home. Because God forbid I had several Dialgas, several Palkias, but because they weren't from Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl, it didn't count. So I had to like chase throughout the region for Mesprit, right? Get a Milotic. This was the hardest one right here, was trying to get Milotic. You had to trade for it, and I think I like fully luckily I found somebody that still played this game or still had the game or actually bought the game, because I know a lot of people kind of skipped out on this. So this worked out wonderfully. This took a while, man. It's like getting some of these Pokemon, they need to like level them up, right? You have to like evolve, and it's like the worst part about it because they want one of each essentially, right? So I had to catch essentially 3 Gibbles, right? 1 Gibble for a Gibble to Gabite, and then a Gibble to Gabite to Garchomp. See, this is the shiny one right here. And they kind of fixed the shiny a little bit. It's got some. Still looks closely similar, but I mean, you could tell there's like a big color difference there. But yeah, this was like trying to get Munchlax and Snorlax. This was terrible, dude, terrible. And some of these are easy. Some of them are like you just gotta breed again. Like they only give you 1 Riolu and technically 1 Lucario. Like you only get 1 of these in the entire game. So this is obviously you gotta breed that to get that again. Spiritomb took a while, but I got that during my actual playthrough. We're getting some of the baby Pokemon, Cleffa and Pichu, Happiny, Mind You, like that took a while. And trying to level up Medicham. Meditite doesn't evolve into Medicham until 38. Skunk Tank doesn't evolve to like about 34, and these are like low level Pokemon you gotta catch and evolve. Like some of these take a while. This is 2 Dust Stones to find. Good luck, brother. Trade evolution. Enough said. Like it's a tough Pokedex, man. These are very tough Pokedexes. And this is the only Pokedex I had to go back and play and beat. Like Sword and Shield, I had to replay all of Sword and Shield. Shield, I should say. Because the only Pokemon, I mean, like I had a pretty huge dex for Sword or Shield. Jesus. Sword and Shield, I'm just gonna keep saying that. So most of the Pokemon I moved over were already from Sword and Shield, and I was only missing like a couple of Pokemon, maybe like less than 40. So I got that pretty done, but I was only missing one Pokemon, which was Type Null. I'm gonna hash all these things real quick, and then I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about. Because Type Null was a gift Pokemon. It's technically also a legendary Pokemon, and you can't get another Type Null. And Type Null evolves into Savali. So obviously, you get your Type Null. I got my friendship up, evolved it into Savali, and then they asked for like, oh, you need the entire Sword and Shield in-game dex in order to get. I can't believe Shiny was it Keldeo? It might have been Shiny Keldeo if I remember correctly. Yeah, I think it was Shiny Keldeo. So I had to do all of that, and I was only missing Type Null. Type Null's a legendary, and you only get one Type Null in the entire game. I'm like, oh, what am I gonna do? There's no other way to get it, so I had no choice but to replay the entirety of Sword and Shield. Okay, just Shield. Just to get this one Type Null, and then put it on home. Just to get that Shiny Keldeo. Which is completely absurd, because there's no way I could get another one. So honestly, I'm probably gonna hold off on like any gift Pokemon or any like gift a legendary Pokemon, because you can only get one of them. And if you happen to evolve it and the game and they start doing these shiny mythicals again, and you don't have that pre-evolution, good luck, buddy. Especially like gift Pokemon I can't breed and have an evolution. Like let's say, well, really the only like this would only really apply to like Type Null and Savali, Manaphy and Fione, and then Cosma, Cosmoem, and then either Solgaleo or Lunala. Like, that's it. Like, it's only 3 examples, and there's no other Pokemon that do that, so that's great, but still, if they happen to do it, and you evolve them, well, Manaphy doesn't evolve, but actually, you can get Manaphy on your own anyway, so I think you're good there. Sorry, I felt a sneeze coming off for a second. I felt it. Okay, well, no shiny. We tried. I'm gonna stop playing this now. Thank God. This game's rough, man. The shiny hunting Matsuda method is, not for the faint of heart. Because this says, honestly, maybe it is for the faint of heart. This is pretty untedious. I think old people would love shiny hunting. Old people would love shiny hunting because it's just them doing the simple task of, well, let's see if I got a shiny or not. Let's see if I got a shiny or not. Back to back to back. And especially Masuda method, this is the easy thing they can do. It's a lot better than crossword puzzles. Those aren't bad, but I feel like you need to have a very vast knowledge of words and definitions. You gotta be a living dictionary. But yeah, these dumb research tasks, when they were asking for like legendary Pokemon, like Galar, I'm pretty sure was okay, no, they're not these research. Sorry, they're not these research tasks. Actually, I can't see these. Yeah, you have to be on an actual mobile app, which is also kind of stupid. Yeah, you have to be on a mobile app. These don't do anything. The like it's cool that they kind of have them in here for tracking. Like I didn't really care about these until they started like offering legendary Pokemon. So I was like, oh yeah, let me fill these out real quick. And these got like filled out automatically. I mean, the game asks you for, hey, we want all the Pokemon from Sword and Shield Pokédex. And I think that included the DLCs too. I think that included the DLCs. So that's why I have like all of these. Like normally I would never transfer a Ghastly when I have multiple Ghastlies from Pokemon Go or from other games, but they asked for Ghastly from Sword and Shield. So that's why I have it. Or like Magikarp. I have multiple Magikarps from multiple games, but from Sword and Shield. Yeah, so like this is done, right? And they always end with the legendaries. I just finished doing the Kalos region decks. And I only completed this, right? I was like, once Kalos came out, or Z8 came out, I played the game, beat the game, never wanted to touch it again. Because I don't like Z8. I don't think this is a good game. Like, at all. I don't think it's a good game. Like, it's cool. I like the new megas they got back. Right, and some of the characters are kind of interesting, but honestly, besides that, man, this is not a... I don't think it's a good game, legitimately. But, I only maxed it out in case they ask for... They start giving out mythical legendaries, shiny mythics. It's just like, oh, well, you don't have all of them. So, the entire base Pokédex of the game, I already put on home, right? And luckily, since it's a Legends game, you can catch all the Pokemon yourself, by yourself. Including the trade evolutions, but the trade evolutions are like extremely rare spawns, so yeah, good luck with that. But luckily, people are still relatively active on the game, so you might be able to get the trades in. Hell, literally going through the research tab, they don't even ask for a trade evolution on here. Nope. 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 Does Ampharos pop up here twice? Yeah, it does. What the heck? Why did they do that? Nope. Nope. Yeah, Mawile pops on there twice. Yeah, none of these are, none of these are trade evolutions. Weird. Yeah, none of these are trade evolutions. So... yeah, beat the game, put all the Pokemon here. Got the decks looking phenomenal. Right? Now look at all my Pokédex, man. It's a done Pokédex. Until we get more new Pokemon, I mean, this is it right here. This also shows you, like, what my addiction is, because, yeah. Oh yeah, let me show you my Johto ones. Because I said literally at the very beginning, I've been working on my living, shiny Johto Pokédex. Living decks. Yeah. I'm pretty excited to fill. I'm pretty excited to finish this. Man, you gotta love when Pokemon Home is so laggy. Okay. So this is where we should be at like 77 out of 100. Since Johto only has 100 Pokemon native to the region, right? I got the Fire starters, I got the Typhlosion line, I got the Feraligatr line, Sentret, Ferret. Eventually they're all supposed to be nicknamed, which I kind of forget to do, right? Because nickname is... trying to remember nickname is hard. There's Lady Ba, the shiny Lady Ba. There's Ziegler, there's a Godot. So I just caught these two, Chinchou and Lantern, like last week. Yeah, I think it's crazy how this is 27, this is 4. Weird. Yeah. Alright, I just got these two last week. And I think it was Monday. What's it, Wednesday? Yeah. Monday? It was either Monday or Sunday. I got Houndour and Houndoom. This was, yeah, we got Ashlord, Gwen, and Dark Sun, Gwen. Lovely. Yeah, this is phenomenal. I mean, yes, you could say like, oh, these are Pokemon Go, they don't count. I don't give a fuck, dude. I don't care. They're shinies. I've obtained them. Most of these have my name on them. And if not my name, well, either a friend or some hacker gave it to me. Who cares? I got them. So yeah, I'm only missing about 30 something. I do have a list on my phone of like by difficulty. Like obviously the difficult ones are like the legendaries, but here's a shiny Mew from Pokemon Go. A shiny Lugia somebody was just offering on the GTS and I managed to get it before anybody else. That's from Pokemon Go. You're from somewhere. I think you're from Crystal. Somebody shiny hunted this from Crystal. Is this the same guy? There is no way this is the same guy. Wow, what are the odds this is the same person? This person must have spent who knows how long shining hunting for Lugia and Suicune. And this is Suicune, this is probably Crystal he got this from. Because Crystal, if you play Crystal, you can get both Ho-Oh and Lugia instead of the game giving you their respective one. So, yeah, he was probably giving away all three. And I just unfortunately missed Raikou and Entei. Speaking of Entei, it's the only one I'm missing. But for Entei, they have a coming up in May. First week of May, May 2nd. I guess 2nd, yeah. First week, it's still the first week. They have a Entei raid day going on. And now would be my chance to get the shiny. Because legendary raids are like 1 in 10 on Pokemon Go, especially if it's an event dedicated to it. So hopefully I can get Entei on that day, and then everything else is like, figure it out on your own time, dude, because a lot of these are they're not hard to get, they just like take a while. Like if they're on Scarlet and Violet, you eat for a sandwich and then you're gonna get it eventually. Right? And besides the other ones, like I got the form. The only ones I'm missing is Galarian Slowking and Galarian Corsola, which are gonna be difficult as hell, dude. Like that's gonna take me a while. Honestly, maybe Slowking shouldn't take a while because Scarlet and Violet, it's on Scarlet and Violet. That's easy. Corsola, dude, that's a whole different story. That's gonna take me who knows how long to breed for that. Same thing with the baby Pokemon, like Pichu. I'm missing Pichu and Smoochum, and I believe Igglybuff, which are gonna also take a while to breed. Especially Smoochum. Smoochum's gonna take a really long time. Smoochum's not inside any game at all. You have to breed for it. It doesn't just pop up. But Pichu and Igglybuff do pop up in Scarlet and Violet, so that's another thing. Besides like the basic birds and some other specific Pokemon, like Quillfish, might be kind of difficult to get. Besides that, I'm not missing, it's only like 30 something Pokemon left. The Chikorita line might be a little bit difficult, but we'll figure that out when we get there. But I'm pretty excited, like doing this. I was like, I'm gonna do a Johto Living Shiny Dex, and amazingly, like I've been working on it since about last year is when I officially decided to. And look how much progress I just made in just 1 year. Now, we'll admit there are times where I kind of just stopped completely. Like, this whole Lady Ball thing, for example, but like, whenever there's a Pokemon Go event, I do check of like what Gen 2 Pokemon's available. Unfortunately, really unfortunate too. So they have a Galarian Corsola event kind of going on right now. I say kind of going on right now. It's not really dedicated to Galarian Corsola. It's more of it's a part of it. And it has an increased shiny chance, but the problem is it's a costume, and you can't trade costume Pokemon to like home. Like it's Galarian Corsola with shades. And despite me like thinking, oh, I'm just gonna play this and then get my shiny Corsola. If I play it and get my shiny Galarian Corsola, it's gonna have shades on and I can't transfer it, so there's no point in me playing the event. Besides that, I got my shiny Typhlosion, shiny Hisuian Typhlosion, my shiny Pooper. You guys are funny for calling it Pooper. Shiny Hisuian Quillfish, and then Shiny Hisuian Sneasel. So I just need the Slowking, the Corsola, Entei. I'm missing Entei. Who else am I missing? I got a big list on my phone, anyways. I'm missing Pichu, Igglybuff, Hoothoot, Noctowl. I'm missing Flaffy. Yeah, I'm missing Flaffy, which is terrible of me. I'm missing Sunflora right here, Pineco and Fortress right here, Quillfish. Right? No, that's not right. Look at this. So you got Chikorita line, right? And then there should be Hoo-Hoo and Noctowl. Right? You have Letty Ba, Letty In. Right? And there should be Pichu and then Igglybuff. Right? And then this is Xatu, Flaffy, Sunflora. Should be Fortress. Pineco, Fortress. Who's right here then? I have no idea who's right here. It's a single stage Pokemon. Is it Shuckle? It might be Shuckle. It might be Shuckle. No, because Shuckle would go right here. Who knows? Anyways, I don't know. It's kind of goofy because I literally just. Who is it? Right next to Scizor. It is Quillfish. Yeah, it is Quillfish. And then it's Shuckle. Right? And then it's Macargo, Slugma, Macargo. I'm missing those two. I'm missing Shiny Corsola. I'm missing both the Shiny form and the Galarian form. I'm missing both of those Shinies. I'm missing Delibird. But that's in Scarlet and Violet. You know how easy it is to hop on Scarlet and Violet and get a Shiny? It's ridiculous. I'm missing Delibird. I'm missing Phanpy and Donphan. Which I really love these two, and the fact I still have yet to get one is kind of annoying. I did try on Sunday, but to no avail. Like the same day I tried Donphan was the same day I tried Houndour and Houndoom. And the fact I couldn't get a single Phanpy or Donphan, but got both Houndour and Houndooms. I got two Houndours, is what I should say. But super annoying I didn't get a single one of these. Right, and then I'm missing Shiny Smoochum and then Entei. So it's definitely feasible. I'm not gonna stream my progress. This is more of a personal project than a share with the big wide world project. I know, unless somebody like messaged me like, hey, I'm curious on how your Gen 2 living Shiny Dex is going. I'm like, well, here, let me show you an update before I hop into playing something. But yeah, that's about it. I'm not really playing Champions. Champions is like not a good game, dude. Champions is not a good game. Oh, let me show you this trick though. Let me put this on your radar. Oh, maybe I should like start it at home first. Yeah, this is. Yeah. But let me. I don't even know how to properly explain it. So the way Pokemon Champions is set up, especially with the the point systems to okay, let me start over. Let's go to train. Let's get this like properly set and done. Right, so let's say you want to train a Pokemon. Let's take this. I thought that was my jam for 4 seconds. Exactly. No, I don't want to think. I don't want to think about it. Let's take this Arcanine, I guess. Right? So it takes points to invest in. I'm sure there's a bunch of videos on this already too. total 66 points. You got moves, you have an ability, and you have a stat alignment, which is called a nature in other games, or if you ask more people. This takes 500 points. Like, to change the nature, 500 points. To fully invest into a stat. Oh. Stats that weren't invested, I guess. So, it takes 160. Yeah. This is what is this, 300? It's not 300. Dude, what? That's 330 points, right? And to fully change all your moves, right? Come on, man. And then change your ability. That's 2,330 points. Just to like change up one Pokemon, which is terrible. This is terrible, man. And you only get 300 points for winning a game. So you play a game, you win a fight, you win a battle, you get 300 points. You lose a battle, you get 100 points. Which, hey, at least they give you something, right? But that's terrible. All those points for nothing. And that's not even like the items. Items also cost quite a hefty price too. Not that crazy, but some of them are crazy. And we have this dumbass premium shop. 700 for an item. For one of these items. 400 for a berry. Right? You get 2,000 for a Mega Stone, and this is it. Everything else is just bullshit accessories. 5,000 for a song, which doesn't really matter. Come on, dude. It almost takes as much points to invest a Pokemon, to like train a Pokemon up completely, to just buy a single Mega Stone. Like the only thing you should probably save points for is like the items for your teams. But I'm gonna show you something phenomenal, right? And we're gonna do this. So start for home, right? And I know this may seem like a tedious process, but if you don't want to win battle, if let's say you're like getting completely destroyed in Pokemon battles, right? And I mean completely destroyed. So the great thing about Pokemon champions is that you can move already competitively trained Pokemon over to champions. Let me log into home and I'm gonna grab like one of my competitively trained Pokemon and just move them over. And they keep the same, they keep all the stats you already invested and keep the ability the same and keep all your moves the same. So pretty much all the move changing, all the nature training, or the stat alignment is what they call it now. All the abilities and stat investments are already saved. They're already done. You already did it all. You just moved it over to champions. And the greatest thing about it is that you can move them back and forth. So let me show you this. Hold on. Whenever it loads, because Pokemon Home is not the fastest system on the planet. Because I have a whole box full of competitive Pokemon. Have I used them in a while? It's been a while since I used them, that's for sure. Yeah, here we go. Who do I want to use? In case I want to make another team again. Grimstick, dude, I kind of need Grimstick in the game. And I don't know about Lucario. Well, Lucario is pretty solid right about now. Decisions. Like you see, I got this Meowstic moved over. And Blastoise isn't very good. It's Mega Blastoise, but still, that's like not exactly the greatest Pokemon, you know. Dude, I kind of just need to pick a Pokemon. I'm over here. I'm over here like contemplating so many unnecessary things trying to figure this out. All right, yeah, we're just gonna grab this Lucario. Wait, is this even my? So you see how he's already invested? He's got max special attack. He's got a jolly nature. I know it says hardy, but this is a jolly. Like, the attack is blue, the speed is red, the attack is lowered, and the speed is increased. I don't know why he has that moveset, though. That's why I don't want to grab him, because he has that dog shit moveset. But he is EV trained. Okay, what about you? Yeah, this works. We'll do the... Why does my Weavile have HP investment? What am I doing here? Glass Boss not in the game. Neither is Latias. Oh, this is my Aurorus. Ah, I haven't seen that Aurorus in so long. Man, good Aurorus. That's one of my favorite Pokemon too. Alright, we're gonna grab this Weavile. Yeah. So, anyways, like I already said, look at the moves. We got Triple Axle, Throat Chop, Low Kick, Ice Shard. Right? It's level 70, which doesn't matter because everything in Champions is set to level 50. Right? It's got its ability is Pressure, which really doesn't, you know, the ability is Pressure. It's got max speed, it's got some investment to attack, and it's got some investment to HP. It's IVs, which are removed from it, so don't completely ignore what I said about IVs. But look at this. The stats, those little point systems are already in. That's the moveset, that's the ability. So watch this. We're gonna move this Weavile over to Champions. It probably isn't very good in Champions, honestly. Unless they gave Weavile close combat, I mean, some of the moves, they gave a lot of Pokemon some crazy move coverage in this game. I mean, some really crazy move coverage. Alright, we're gonna head over to Champions real quick. I'm gonna do this on my other phone. My other phone's just faster. So much faster. Let's see. Weavile. Did they give you close combat, Weavile? Damn it. Really hope they gave you close combat. Did they give you liquidation? No. Did they give, I mean, God, I was really hoping for close combat, Weavile. Alright, let's log back in Champions. I'm gonna show you this. I'm gonna upload this to video to YouTube too. Alright. Train. Sorry, I clicked the wrong button. Recruit. You wanna click recruit. Collect from home. You should know all of this. I mean, all the people making videos on YouTube, you should know all this. There you go. Welcome home or welcome whatever it said. I clicked way too fast. Go with Pokemon training. Where's my Weavile at? There you go, Weavile. So look at that. So these are essentially the points I put into it. So it did have Jolly, so it kept the nature. Despite it saying quirky, it's weird when you change the natures in games. But I had max speed, I had almost maxed out attack. It wasn't sparkling, so it wasn't maxed out. And I had some HP investment. Nothing else. I still have all my moves and still have my ability Pressure. Everything on it is the same. The only thing I want to change is like... There you go. I want to max out the attack stat. There you go. But you see, this costs points too. Must be 45 points, but I'll take the sacrifice on that. But see, that costs points to do. But you can do it like this. Now watch this. Go back to recruit. Everything on a Pokemon stayed the same. Ability, moves, nature, and stat investments. So now I'm gonna send this Weavile back. So once you send a Pokemon to Champions, like that's it, right? I mean, no. Yeah, once you send a Pokemon to Champions, you can't move them from any other game to other games like they're on Champions. That's where they're at. But you can send them back to home and then you can start moving them again. So now that feel like people are gonna see this and be like, "Oh, that's really tedious," right? And in hindsight, it kind of is. In hindsight, it's also 2020, so screw off. But here's the plan. So we're gonna take the Weavile, right, and then move it. We're gonna take another Pokemon, for example, to Scarlet and Violet, and an EV trainer on Scarlet and Violet, and then we're gonna move it over to home or Champions, I should say. Back to home and then Champions. And depending on how much money you have in the game, and this is what it really comes down to, because that means you have to train it in the game itself and then move it over. I don't even know why this is a whole thing. Like, if it's sent back to home, it should automatically be there. It doesn't have to bring in Pokemon back. It's already on home. What are we talking about here? No. I just wanted you to bring back my Pokemon. Pretty sure Weavile is on Scarlet and Violet. Right? Cool. Whenever disconnects. Take your time. There we go. Alright, well now we gotta find the same Weavile. It should be somewhere. No, wait. I gotta go one more. Oh, here we go. Weavile. This is the Weavile right here. Alright, we're gonna take this Weavile, put it at home. Now obviously his moves are gonna change, because this is from Sword and Shield, and because when you move Pokemon from Sword and Shield to Scarlet and Violet, they change all the moves because they hate people for some reason. I don't know. Ask them. Ask them that. Don't ask me. Don't ask me why they do dumb shit like that. And we're gonna take this Raichu. Actually, give me a physical attacker. That's actually on the game. Publish Dragon Ball. Okay, you're already used. Torterra's not in the game. Brother. Oh, the Abomasnow. That's probably. Yeah. Take the Abomasnow. Yeah, take the Abomasnow. Alright, so we're gonna do this. We're gonna move the Weavile and this Abomasnow over to Scarlet and Violet. The Weavile's moves has changed. But besides that, stats are still the same. Ability is still the same. Nature is still the same. And then we can move it back to Champions with all the new moves we gave it. Well, all the new moves that Scarlet and Violet gave it that I did not want. But the Abomasnow, I want to show you what we're going to do with this Abomasnow. Which kind of sucks because I already have a Hail team. Or a Snow team. I already have a Snow team on Champions. Like, I'm not a fan of Champions, but I have to at least make one or two teams. You know, when I came home from work today, I went to use the bathroom in my apartment, and it was a bee in there. Right? And I keep a bottle of Lysol spray, outside the bathroom, just in case, anything ever happens. But I saw the bee buzzing, trying to, get outside. I don't know how it got inside. I think that's, the main question is how it even got inside, right? But, sprayed the bee, and the bee, turned around and then came at me, and I closed the door immediately. Dude, I almost, had a heart attack. Okay. Don't know, immediately turned around. That's how you know. Whenever they say, wasp, the killer wasp, whatever, remember your face, they're not lying. Legitimately, they are not lying. If you could spray Lysol at a bee and it turns around and immediately wants to attack you, there's your proof and evidence. Anyways, these are all the garbage moves they gave Weavile now. We're gonna have to either fix them or we're gonna leave it the same for the sake of the argument and the sake of the change, but just hold on. So we're gonna take this Abomasnow, right? This Abomasnow kind of sucks. These are IVs. Don't worry about that. They're gone. So the only thing we want to change on the Abomasnow is the nature, right? We want to change the nature and the moves, and then invest stat points. So right now, this Abomasnow should have nothing, right? He's got nothing in his stats. Nothing in the stats at all. And the moves suck. So we're gonna make you a physical attacker, right? Give you Ice Shard. You got you gotta get Blizzard? You suck. I thought you got Blizzard. You don't learn Blizzard through level up, which is kinda insane. That's just me though. I don't understand why you don't get Blizzard. You do get Icicle Spear, which I will take. And then shoot, screw it, dude. Let's give you Swords Dance. It's my last Swords Dance team. There we go. Right. Cool. We got Wood Hammer, Icicle Spear, Swords Dance, Ice Shard, Abomasnow with no warning. But we're not done yet, because I want my Abomasnow to be really good at attacking with his physical. So we're gonna give him Adamant. The Adamant Mint. So now his nature is Adamant, which lowers lowers special attack, increases physical attack. So now, you get the little blue arrow on your special attack and the red arrow on attack. Now he hits super hard physically. But that's not all. We gotta also... So you can do this multiple ways, right? You can either take these, which are your vitamins, and increase Pokemon stat. Now it only takes 25 for 250. So you have a maximum of 508, right? And each vitamin costs 10 points. So you can only have a maximum of 252 in a single stat. So that's why it showed 26 when I first showed it. It showed 26. Because it goes over to compensate for that. But normally what I do is do 25, and if you have feathers are 1 point each, and the feathers have a weird rounding mechanic. So they're so you could use 25, let's say 25 iron, and then it won't cost 2 point, it won't cost 2 for defense, it would cost 6 or 8 for some reason. I don't know why it does that. And then you could use the rest from HP, but we're going max HP. And if you're maxed out, remember it's going to be sparkling. And you'll see it on champions. If you go on champions, that's fully maxed out, the bar is maxed out. Now, as you can see, I want max HP, my main HP isn't maxed out. It's not. So then what you have to do is find Pokemon that give HP values. And this, unfortunately, this you get to look up. There is no... you can know top of your head, but sometimes I don't know this stuff on the top of my head sometimes. Let's go to the Violet Pokédex. I just go to Cerebi. This is the best way to do it. It's going to Cerebi, and then go to databases, and then whatever game you're playing. You can do this in I think Ruby and Sapphire is when it started actually being a thing. So let's do, so they have by effort values. And effort values are basically, these are your stat points you're investing. That's what effort values are. So we need HP. So now we need to find these Pokemon. So these are the Pokemon that give HP values. So one Clefairy gives 2 points into your HP stat. Remember, in Scarlet and Violet, you can have a maximum of 252 in a single stat. In Champions, it's 32. So it translates, that 252 translates into 32. So just keep that in mind. Right? But every, some Pokemon, every Hoo-Hoo you knock out gives you 1 HP point. Every knocked out, every 2. And some Pokemon give 3. If they're 3 stages, they give 3 points. So this isn't like, oh, Noctowl is fully evolved Pokemon, it should give 2. No, it gives like 2 because it's a 2-stage. Like some legendaries will give like 3 points because they're like Arceus gives 3 points, Shaman gives 3 points, Manaphy gives 3 points, Kyurem gives stars. So Kyurem gives, you can see it on here too. Where is it? Am I blind? It's supposed to show you on here. Effort value. Oh, it doesn't even show you. That's weird. But Kyurem should give you like, I think HP, attack, and special attack. And you can kind of remember like this is like gives you HP, attack, special attack. And these are loosely based on stats. Sometimes they are correct. Sometimes they're not. Like the moon gives, I'm pretty sure. Like Ducklet. Ducklet gives HP. Which doesn't really make sense, right? But the highest stat on Ducklet is HP, so it gives HP. Which is something you don't really expect. Or something like on Glalie, for example. Glalie has 80 in all, sorry, that's the Mega. Glalie has 80 in all stats, so you think it would be like 1 point for everything, but it's just HP. Which kind of sucks. Right? Or take Slacking. Here's another one. Slacking has 160 attack. This is the highest stat on Slacking. But it gives HP. Right? And you would think like, oh, that's because the evolutionary line, right? Because Slakoth starts off with HP. But where's a Pokemon that starts off, but like it changes? There's plenty of Pokemon where this changes, right? I mean, this is an obvious fact. Like, here we go. Like Rowlet and Dartrix give HP, right? But then Decidueye gives 3 attack points instead. So it's not always based on like the prior evolution. So this is when I'm saying you look it up instead of just like, oh, the highest stat on Vaporeon is HP, so obviously it gives HP, right? Sometimes that's not the case, but that's the point. But I normally look at this stuff for like, what's the easiest Pokemon I can find to beat up and get EV points with? Like normally, if you're trying to get speed, if you're trying to get HP in Scarlet and Violet, Screamtail is your best bet. But Screamtail is only in Scarlet, so not very a good option. But another one is like Satotl if you're on the Ice Mountain. Lechonk is a great option. It only gives 1 point. And this is a great segue into the items. So Lechonk gives 1 HP point. That's 1 effort value. So luckily we're also near the beginning of the area. If you have the weight items, I think that's what they're called. Weight items, I don't know. The workout equipments, who knows what they're called. So if you have any of the, power items is what they're called. If you have any of these power items, which increase either respective stats, here's attack, defense, special defense, speed, HP, right? Give this to a Pokemon, this adds 8 points. Remember that, 8 points to whatever you're doing. So the Lechonk example I just had, this is 9 points if you're holding the item. If you're not holding it, 1. If you're holding the power weight, for example, for HP, it's 9. So there's every time you knock out Lechonk, it's 9 points. Oops, keep clicking the wrong one. So we're gonna give Abomasnow this item and then knock out Lechonk until we get enough points to essentially max this out. That's all we're doing, right? So every Lechonk we knocked out is gonna give us 9 points, and eventually we should have max 252, and you can do your math for it, right? You can just be like, okay, 252 divided by 9, that's 28 Lechonks, right? That's exactly 28. I did not know that. So exactly 28 Lechonks, I would have a maxed out HP stat, right? And I already used some vitamins, and vitamins are 10 points each. So, and I used all 17, I'm at 170, right? So 252 minus 170 is 82, and 82 divided by 9 is 9.11. So I really only need to knock out like maybe depending on how the rounding goes, either 10 or 9. Probably literally that's it. And Lechonk spawn in like the very first area. This is the first area. Your house, what's the map at? You start the game right here, and then you walk up the street. Look at that. Dude, and then boom. Look at that, he's on the map right there. So yeah, you knock out a couple of Pokemon. I mean, and this is the time-consuming part. This is what I'm saying. Like, if you don't have any points at all, but you want to keep making teams, you want to keep building your teams up, then yeah, I mean, wow, that was kind of laggy. Then yeah, but like this is the way to do it, right? You hop on another Pokemon game, and I'm only using. That's a shiny. There's no way. Okay. Pure luck, by the way. Oh man, what? Oh, you're kind of looking funny. Wow. Was not expecting. I saw it pop up. I'm like, why is that red? This Pokemon also has a phenomenal shiny. The velvet with the kind of navy blue. Sick shiny. Anyways, right, this is the time-consuming part, and this is probably the point where people are going to turn away. Now, buying these power items, like the power anklet and the power weight, aren't expensive. And you can look this up where to find them, because I can't remember where to find them right now. Pretty sure you can just buy them in the main city, if I remember correctly. But you just buy these, put them on a Pokemon, and then fight whatever is giving the stat you want. Now, if you have the vitamins are expensive. Like, I would recommend, like, oh, just do it the vitamin way, but vitamins are expensive. And you can't exactly get, like, specific about it, right? So let's say you want, here, let me do this again. I gotta help. We're gonna do Bomb Snow. Alright, so this is the Bomb Snow we have. This is what we're aiming for on our Bomb Snow. Alright, we got Adamant. This is what we're aiming for. Oh, we're gonna picture at 50 because Champions is level 50. These are the stats we're aiming for on a Bomb Snow on Champions. Right, 252, 252. But sometimes it gets really specific on Pokemon, so especially competitive. So if you're using a Bomb Snow, let's do your skin. Bomb Snow, yeah, like Blizzard, Ice Shard, Protect, and then Wood Hammer. You probably have, honestly, you probably have like energy balls. If you're not running, honestly, if you're not running Ice, you're probably running Air Balls. There we go. So if you're running this, you're probably running like max HP. Honestly, we want to change this back to Ice Shard, just for the example. Right, for priority, you get priority Ice Shard. So you're probably running like max special attack with quiet nature because you want lower speed. And you're gonna do like 72. Now remember, if you're using vitamins are 10 points each, and they don't round down. So if you use 7 vitamins, you're either gonna end up with 70, which is not what you want, or you're gonna end up with 80, which is also not what you're looking for. You want 72 specifically, right? And this is Pokemon, man. Some of these get like really complicated. Sometimes people do like 12, right? Or you get like 64, 72. And people only do this when like you need to get like really specific in knocking out a Pokemon, right? Like I have a Typhlosion set. Hisuian. No, it's not Hisuian. It's a Google Typhlosion set. I have a Typhlosion set with max special attack, 72 in speed, a little bit 160 speed, and then the naive nature. Right? And the only reason I have my set like this, it might be like 16. Might be 12 or 16. I can't remember. The only reason it's like this is for, let me see, what am I ran Fire Blast, Iron Head, and it was only made like this, so when I wasn't even choice, I was a Life Orb. Iron Head, I had Fire Blast, Iron Head, Shadow Ball, and Eruption. Right? And the only reason it was ran like this is to live Fake Out, or take as little damage as Fake Out from some Pokemon. Can't remember what Pokemon I was thinking of. So we take little damage from Fake Out, and then I had 72 attack EVs, which was just enough to one-shot Flutter Mane. Right? Because Flutter Mane has 55 HP, 55 defense. Kind of like Ledian. Right? And Iron Head from Typhlosion, despite the attack kind of being low, was enough to one-shot Flutter Mane. And this worked. This worked for a little bit, and then I started losing runs, and then I just stopped playing. But yeah, people get really specific about this. So trying to get like 108, which is divisible by 9, right? I mean, that's what, just 9 points? 12, sorry. Math isn't my strongest subject. Like, you knock out 12 Lechonks holding the power weight, 9 Lechonks with the power weight, boom, you got 108 HP. Or here's 72. Knock out 8 Lechonks with the power bracer. Boom, like, you get specific stuff like that. And remember, it has to be Lechonk, because Lechonk gives 1 point. If you knock out, let's say, Oink alone, which I think it's Cologne and Oink. I'm assuming I'm pronouncing it as Oink alone, right? It's 2. Giving it the power. Sorry, I can't remember all these all the time, right? Giving it the power weight and knocking a bunch of these out are just gonna give you 10 points, right? Which doesn't seem bad, because I mean, hey, 10 points is great. You'll easily get to 252 in no time. The problem is, if you want that 108, you're gonna go over and get 110. You think like 108 and 110 aren't bad, but like Pokemon can be like a game of details. Like 110 is 348, 108 is also 348. But there's sometimes if you invest the point, so let's say I'm modest, right? Let's say I'm modest, right? 108 is 271. Oh, maybe not. Okay, so some of these get a little specific. 108, 111, 112, 272. But sometimes if you're overcompensating, you don't want to be sometimes you want to I literally just said it. Compensate. Sometimes you want to overcompensate, sometimes you want to undercompensate. Like this, I want a one-shot Flutter Mane. How many attack EVs do I need to one-shot Flutter Mane? And this is what, like, there's a Pokemon damage calculator you can look up. And I honestly, I guess for the sake of the argument, since I've been talking about it this whole time. Right, how many attack EVs do I need to one-shot Flutter Mane? That's the goal. I don't even know if this is still showing. Oh yeah, I guess it is still showing. So let's do Typhlosion. And then Flutter Mane. Let's just do like the Bluish choice specs, right? Alright, we're gonna run Naive Nature, and then we're gonna run Iron Head. Let's see. 63.7% to 75.6. Just straight up. But this is with 0 EVs, so let's do 24 EVs. 78% max. And this is like minimum to maximum. Let's do 50, 84, 72. Oh, 72 is not I mean, that's still enough damage to like have your follow. Like if you're spamming like rock slide or earthquake, then that's enough to one shot. Like 82% is a lot. Let's do like 104, 252. So max out attack still isn't enough to one shot, but unless you ran like attack. So if I ran like adamant, for example, 91 to 103, like so clicking Iron Head, max attack, and the plus sign means you have like this is max. That indicates that's max because you're using a nature to boost it to max. If I did like quirky, yeah, that's not your max. Your maximum attack is like fully invested EVs, and then and then the nature that pairs with it. So max attack Typhlosion, Iron Head against no HP investment, no defense investment Fluttermane does between 91.6 to 108.3%, which is a 50% chance to one shot. But honestly, 72 is just enough to do like with adamant. I wasn't running adamant, but for example's sake, is just enough to actually do enough damage for a teammate to follow up. But like that's huge chunks of damage, right? And Pokemon can be that like either you want to minimize what you need to kill. Let's say I was running like max special attack, modest, right? And then I had I don't know, we're gonna do eruption. We do eruption, right? This does 86% straight up. Yeah. 86%. Now, that's not all the damage I want, but I mean, there's still, like, it's a Pokemon calculator. If you want to add in more investment, or if I had, like, Flash Cannon, which is a super move that's super effective, it's only does 62%. I mean, this Pokemon, it's a 135 special defense. Typhlosion isn't doing a lot. And Typhlosion doesn't, like, Typhlosion will rarely one-shot this Pokemon unless it's in sunlight anyways. Like sun? If I'm in sun, Eruption one-shots, and if I'm not, and then if I am in sun, Fire Blast still doesn't one-shot, right? That's why I was running Iron Head, right? Because let's say, and I was naive nature, so for speed, I'm never outspeeding this thing, by the way. Look at this. Eruption, when not in sunlight. Iron Head does more damage than Fire Blast. And it does almost very close to the same number as Eruption. And look at this. Eruption is 150 base power and is a fire move. Iron Head is base 80 and physical. And it's going off my lower physical stat, my lower attacking stat at 84, and it's doing as much damage as Iron Head. And that's why I was running Iron Head. This is me going for the minimum value just to do as much damage to Fluttermane so another teammate can take care of that. But that's what I'm saying, like, there's so many ways to invest your Pokemon. Like, I'm just doing this, the max HP, max. Oh, yeah, you're not level. There we go. And you want to drop speed. But, yeah, I'm not running 12. You did 12 in defense. Anyways. But, yeah. That's why we're just doing max HP, max defense with, like, we did modest. Honestly, we should have done quiet. That just would have made more sense. Or, sorry, brave. Brave, yeah. This would have made more sense. Anyways. Oh, my controller died. Wait. Sorry, I didn't mean for my controller to die. Great, I gotta get new batteries. Good thing I got batteries out of this. I need to buy more nothing else in my house uses double A. So. Yeah, so we're gonna knock out the rest of these Lechonks real quick. And unfortunately, I can't edit the video, so you're just gonna have to sit there and suffer. Yes, I expect you to sit there and suffer. Let me actually. It's been a while. Let me check chat. Not like there's anything going on in chat. That I know. Cool. Anyways, back to what we were doing. Now we got these poor little pigs with snow monster. We've only knocked out like 4 of them so far. We only need like maybe 9. I'm assuming it probably won't be 9 anyways. Like it said 9.1 when we calculated it, but I think 9.1 is. I don't think it's gonna round down. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be 10. But doesn't matter. And when you're a high enough level, like 47, and I'm pretty sure I would have been one-shotting these at like level 30 or maybe even 20. Probably even 20. I mean, these things are what? Level 3? 4? Yeah, the level 4. I mean, come on. Than that, these are easy. Now, it's still like, you want like the higher level Pokemon that do like give multiple points. Like Screamtail, for example, who gives 3 points per knockout. That's all the way in the end game. That's in Area 0, which is basically the end of the game. Just to knock him out for HP points, which isn't exactly worth it, you know? So it's not like it's... You just knock out Lechonk. Like, look how many Lechonks there are. Screamtails, you gotta like look around for it. They're not always gonna pop up. But Lechonks, there's always gonna be Lechonk here. Guaranteed there's always gonna be Lechonk here. Boop. Knockout. It's only level, that one was level 2. Knock it out, move on, right? You can always check your status too. Like, oh, I've been knocking these out for a while now. Look at that. Max HP, max attack, exactly what we want. You can level these guys up too, but the whole point of this is that we're moving him to champions. See, that costs 5 points. For no reason. That did not need to cost 5. So give me back my item. Put away held item. So now this Abomasnow, and we'll go over this one more time. Actually, let me see if I have a Brave Mint. It needs to be Brave. I need you to be brave, buddy. Okay, I do. I have 11 of these. Sheesh. Okay, so we're gonna go over this one more time. The Abomasnow has Wood Hammer, Icicle Spear, Swords Dance, Ice Shard. Right? It has max HP, max defense, and a little bit in defense. Sorry, max HP, max attack, a little bit in defense. And he has the Brave Nature, which increases attack, lowers speed, and he has Snow Warning as the ability. Remember that. He's got his stats. Alright, he's got his stats EV'd. Can I see that? No, I guess you can't. You have to be in the box for it. Right? He's got his stats set. Stats are good. Ability is good. The nature is good, right? And the moves are good. That's exactly what we want. This is so cool. I did not expect to see that. Sick. So now that he's fully EV trained, and I know this takes a while, but I was also like showing other examples, so don't blame me. I'm like, oh, this takes too long. I guaranteed, hopefully someone else discovered this and is already like talking about it, and be like, oh yeah, blah 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 blah, and then they're aware, so other people are aware. But I'm just showing this in real time because I keep thinking about this, and every time I'm like on Instagram or YouTube, I see nobody else like, oh, it takes too long to like train my Pokemon, and Pokemon Home is pay to win, or Pokemon Champions is pay to win. Pokemon Champions is nowhere near pay to win, like at all. Like you can get the Kalos Mega Evolutions by putting the Pokemon on there. The only issue is buying the competitive items. That's it. And the berries, I guess. And the Mega Stones. But quite literally, you can train a Pokemon in Scarlet and Violet, Shining Pearl, Brilliant Diamonds, or Sword and Shield. Because those are really the only 3 Pokemon games you can actually EV train your Pokemon, right? Train them up in that game, change the ability if you need to, and then move them over to Champions. And we're going to move over Weavile too. Alright, move them over to Champions, and then they're already good to go. You don't have to spend a single point at all. Those 2,000 points for the Mega Stone and literally change the entire Pokemon, that's 4,000. That's about probably 5,000, maybe 6,000 on a single Pokemon. The only thing you got to spend is maybe the 700 on an item, and that's it. And here's another thing. In Scarlet and Violet and Sword and Shield, well, in the DLC, it was in the DLC of both. If you don't like the Pokemon you made, like the points you put into it, actually, and here's another point. I'm sorry. Ignore that thing I just said. Right? So let's say you want to remove the stats on a Pokemon, right? You like the max HP, the max attack on a Bombasno. You don't like it. Yeah, this is the Bombasno. You don't like it at all. So just pin them on Champions. Oh man, where's the Weavile at? Oh, there you go. Oh, and he's got the champion badge. So that means he's been on champion. And I'm pretty sure when you move Pokemon off and on a champion, they keep their same moveset, but we'll check that in a second. But like on champions, so on champion, it doesn't take any points to remove a stat. So all the investment you put into a stat, you put them on champions, remove it, put them on another game, and then basically start from 0 all over again. Which is phenomenal, actually. Because in Scarlet and Violet, you gotta play like a whole mini game for a chance to get that item. And in Sword and Shield, you have to grind for a specific item just to use. Despite it being like a very cheap item to use and a very popular item to find, it's still like hassle. And she's like super far away. She's like randomly on an island and you gotta like swim all over there. It's a bit of a unnecessary task. Look at this. You could go, like, look how fast I could boot up champions and collect. But the only tedious part is grabbing the Pokemon. Collection. Yep. Welcome to champions. Right? Look at Bombasno. Look at Bombasno. Max HP, right? Max attack. A little bit in defense, brave nature, snow warning ability, and all the moves we gave it. And how many points does that cost? 0. The only thing that it takes is like time and whatever resources you have on the game. But like I said, the little power items are very easy to get in the game. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's the only thing. This game has like 1 extra stat point. But anyways, yeah. But they're very easy to get, and then you just gotta look up what Pokemon you need to knock out. And that's like, come on, dude. It's a phone. It's very easy to like look up what I need to do. Very simple. Yeah. Just like that, a Bombasno is done. The only thing I need to buy for a Bombasno is an item. Look at that. And Weavile keeps all the moves on champions. But now let's say I didn't want this Bombasno, right? I didn't want these stats. Boom. Bench training. Now I'm not gonna save this because that means I gotta redo it all. But if you didn't like the stats on Bombasno, let's say you didn't want a Bombasno to be max HP, max attack anymore. I want my Bombasno to be a special attacker. Alright, let's make it quiet, lower the speed, increase special attack. Now you can either do it on champions, right? Max special attack, max HP, or let's do it like this, right? You got defense investment, a little bit of special defense, do it like this. Now the cool thing about champions, if you've already maxed out a stat previously, like I have HP maxed out, it doesn't take any points. It doesn't take any points to do HP again. If I wanted to max out attack or invest into attack, for example, I can invest into attack. Doesn't take any points, which is pretty cool, actually. I won't lie about that. But like, besides that, if I wanted to like make a whole new Obama Stone and invest into it, it would cost points. Changing the stat alignment or the nature takes points. And so I'm a special attacker, I gotta change all my moves again. So I gotta have like energy ball and wizard and yeah, and earth power. Yeah, I probably gotta run protect. I mean, I don't need to run protect. I'm assuming you're probably using this in doubles and not singles. I mean, if you are using this in singles, you're probably running like a ball. Holy hell, even if you're not running another ball, probably. Yeah, you probably are running another ball. I mean, you always run like water pulse for like coverage. It's like whatever random fire type. Or body press. Body press is not an option. Do not use body press on a bomb snow unless you're running curse. For some reason, I don't know. But anyways, yeah, this will be. Yeah. That's 1,770 points. Or you could just take a bomb snow, pin it back on Squadron Violet or Sword and Shield. I think it's on both games. Or Brilliant and Brilliant Dice Shining Growth. And then build them like this. Just there you go. Changing the nature, I don't think you can change the nature on Brilliant Diamond Shining Growth, but if you have all three games like I do, like I have Scarlet Violet, Shining Pearl, and Shield, then yes, you can change the natures on the different games. Hell, Scarlet Violet, you can just straight up buy them. You gotta grind from them in Sword and Shield. Like, there you go. Yes, please. I'm not spending all this money. Not that I have any points. But yeah, man, I mean, that's all I wanted to show people so people could stop being like, it's a pay to win game. It's not. Use your brain. But there you go. Oh no, the one extra point. So besides like the one extra point, costs 5, and you have enough like to do that. Like 190 divided by 5. How much is that? That's 38. That's 38 Pokemon you can add one extra stat point into, in case it's like that much of a deal. I'm gonna send that Abomasnow back because he has really no right to be on champions. I mean, despite him being one of my competitor Pokemon, he wasn't EV trained or anything, but he was near the other ones. And I'm sending back that Weave out too. You guys were great examples. I do appreciate you. But yeah, exactly my point. You can fully build a Pokemon on a whole separate game and then move in the champions. If you don't like the way they're built, remove the stats of champions and then put them on a different game and build them again. It's the best. Honestly, it's the best way to do it. If you're low on points, or if you're not winning a lot of battles to make up for the loss of points, then yes, that is probably and most likely the best way to do it. And this allows you to save points. Like if, let's say you have like, oh, I have 185, right? This allows me to just, and it doesn't take me long to EV train it. Like if I was like dead set on EV training a full team of 6, and I'd probably do that. And like somebody asked for it, I could probably just hop on and do it, right? But this, I'll have enough points to eventually buy everything I want in the game without really grinding. You know, I just gotta play the game, win or lose. And I don't have to spend points on my actual Pokemon because they're already EV trained, you know. The only thing I have to worry about is the Mega Stones and the Hell items. Everything I'm not a guy, I'm not really into accessories until I like have a bunch of random shit. Like Moss Hunter. I don't worry about cosmetics until like I've already grinded out everything. unless you're really really into cosmetics for whatever reason, I don't care. But yeah, exactly my point. Besides the Mega Stone and held items, that's really all you should be spending points on. And I guess whatever recruitment, I guess there's recruitment. I don't know if there's points on recruiting. I don't really care. I'm probably just gonna move over whatever Pokemon. And there's a list on Cerebi as well of what Pokemon are in the game. And Pokemon Home does show you, like, you have like little red stop sign, like, hey, this Pokemon can't be on Champions, or it can be on Champions. I don't know. Yeah, exactly my point. Like this team right here. Now I did EV train some of these Pokemon on Champions, and some of them I didn't. Like the Slowking I EV trained and the Glaceon I EV trained, but that Frostlass already good. That Ninetales already good. That Talonflame already good. The Greninja had a little bit of tweaking, but besides that, I mean, I was good. I was chilling. And that's where most of my, like, the rest of my points went into buying the Mega Stone for Frostlass and EV training the rest of the Pokemon. I thought this team was like full Dragon for a second. I almost want to lead off with Frostlass just to see how this would work. I have a little list. I see 3 physical attackers. 1, 2, 3, 4. I see 3 physical attackers and maybe 4 if Komodo is what I think it is. Honestly, give me Frostlass, Glaceon, Talonflame. Give me Talonflame just because it's so fast. He doesn't have any priority, but Will-O-Wisp is huge, and then give me just in case. Yeah, like you can easily make a team off, like literally on any of the other games, put them on Champions and call it a day. Like, good job, you didn't use any points. Your team's already made and ready to go. And now you can just go crazy. Besides buying the items like I previously said, you watch it. This is gonna be super easy. I just wanted to talk about, show that off. The whole point of the stream was to test out my audio and sound, and I think we got that done. I think we're good. Yeah, I don't know why I thought that was gonna work. Anyways. Oh wow, Pomo really lit that. Nice. I see why he used Pikachu, but Pikachu with like no assistance. Yeah, I don't know how he's going to beat double Blizzard spam. This is one of the strongest weather spams you can do besides Sunny Day Eruption, right? Because Sun has Eruption you can spam over and over again. And Heat Wave, you have Eruption and Heat Wave you can spam. In Rain, you have Surf, Water Spout you can spam. There's no way he sent 2-4 times. What does he do here? I'm so curious what he does here. The Dragonite just dies. Extreme Speed doesn't kill Glaceon from the ring. Like, I can promise you that. Especially when you can make it all. Watch it. Does he Extreme Speed the Glaceon? Look at that. Through multi-scale, that almost one-shot Dragonite. And the only reason Glaceon's on this team, because Glaceon has like 130 special. Yeah, that's me. Oh, cool. Shows all the Pokeballs. I have a couple of heal balls. Who's in a heal ball? I'm kind of curious who's in a heal ball. And you don't get any points for doing casual. You only get points for doing super annoying. Yeah. Anyways, no, where's the team? Oh yeah, we'll show you that. So yeah, if you did want to use the team, where's the share route? Should already be shared. Yeah. So if you just want to use it, if you did want to use the team, it's a Hail team. It's not the best Hail team. Obviously, I'm not a crazy good competitive player, but I do understand how it works to some extent. But it's a Hail team with Mega Frostlass, who can set up snow. You got Slow King, who can set up snow as well. Glaceon with Snow Cloak, which is a bit scummy. I get it because it's Snow Cloak and Snow, which gives you your evasion boost. But as you can see, when you look at the stats, special attack 182. Glaceon has the highest special attack out of everybody here. If Mega Greninja, and the reason for this team is the set of Hail, right? And you have Blizzard spam from Mega Frostlass, Glaceon, and Mega Greninja. And only bring one, please. Only bring one of the Megas. You don't need to bring both, unless you see something I don't. Then go ahead and bring both. Or if there's a Fire type, grab the Greninja. But you set up Hail with Ninetales or Slowking, right? You got Chilly Reception, switches you out instead of Hail, and Ninetales does it automatically with Snow Warning. And Mega Greninja is super fast. Let me show you this. Right. They literally just put it on here not too long ago. I am blind. I wear glasses. Give me a second. Oh my goodness. Oh. There we go. When champions OU. Yeah. So Greninja, Mega Greninja is 133 special attack, 142 speed. And if you do like timid, which I think I am, right? 185 special attack, 213 speed. And you have Protean, and Protean makes you an ice type. So now you have Stab, Ice, Blizzard. So this Blizzard from the Greninja, when you turn to an ice type, hits crazy hard. And Glaceon, who has Snow Cloak, which makes it so not only are you harder to hit in snow, you also hit like stupidly hard. Also timid? Am I timid on here? I am timid, yeah. Lower attack, increasing speed. So that puts me at 182. So look at that. I'm only 3 points off from hitting as hard as a Mega Greninja, which is insane. Right? And then you have Mega Frostlass. Let me do this. Yeah, Mega Frostlass, who sets up snow with Snow Warning itself. Also, the ability before you Mega Ball should also be Snow Cloak. And just in case you bring Frostlass anyways, or you start off with Ninetales or Slowking first before sticking Ninetales, because that means you can set up snow with Ninetales, switch into Frostlass, and maybe the opponent misses instead. Right? And Mega Frostlass right now is like the strongest Blizzard in the game currently. I think you're also timid. I think this whole team is timid. Yeah, you're also timid, which makes sense. You're kind of slow. So just like that, you have 140, which puts you at 192. And Choice Scarf on Glaceon, because this is 1 point times 5 speed to whatever. So this is 128 times 1.5. That's your Choice Scarf speed, which I believe is faster than Mega Greninja. Yeah, you would be faster than Mega Greninja. Right? 128 times 1.5. But you're at 192. So never mind, you will not outspeed Mega Greninja, but remember, if 192 is your choice scarf speed, and you can go on Showdown and do this, right? Like this Typhlosion here, if you choice scarf. Yeah. So at level 100, this is my speed stat with naive, it's 328. With choice scarf, it's 492, which is enough to outspeed Fluttermane, who's 405. Right, you see that. So if you're like, well, how do I calculate it? You either go on Showdown or you can go on, well, Pokemon calculator. This is still Showdown, but the damage calculator shows you. Now, if you're strictly only using champions, you just gotta remember like the max speed of your opponent, which good luck with that. But you can always like just type it in here real quick if you got time, or if you have your computer up like I do. But yeah, this is the draw of the hog right here in the teams. So you have Frostlass, who sets up Blizzard, who can set up Blizzard like you just saw, and or set up Snow. Sorry, set up Snow and spam Blizzard, who hits really hard. You have Glaceon, who can also spam Blizzard. Can't get hit in Snow. Like Pokemon Division is 1.25. A lot of people, you'd be surprised how many Pokemon will miss an attack because Snow is active. Yeah, Choice Scarf. So you outspeed a lot of Pokemon and hit him with a really hard Blizzard. And Mega Greninja, who can turn into an Ice type and spam really fast Blizzards. Yeah, 213 speed, way faster than Glaceon with a Choice Scarf and Mega Frostlass itself. Like out of all the Pokemon in Champions, Mega Greninja is, I believe, is the 4th fastest Pokemon. You can go on Cerebi to show you. Cerebi will also show you. Like if you do by stat and you by speed, these are all the Pokemon champions, by the way. By speed stat. So by speed, Mega Greninja is tied. It's tied in 4th and 5th place with Dracopult. So there you go. Maximum speed stats. Like I was just talking about on here. If you ever see a Mega Aerodactyl, the fastest it can go is 438. And as long as you keep in mind like your own speed stats, then yeah, you'll be fine. But yeah, that's the Blizzard. That's the beauty of this team. So only bring one Mega unless you're trying to like do something with like a water type on your team or something, right? But right here you have the Glaceon is always your backup Blizzard if you want to bring Glaceon, right? But Mega Greninja is your fast, hard-hitting Blizzard spammer, and Mega Frostlass is your stronger but slower Blizzard spammer. Yep, and they're both Ice types. I mean, as long as Greninja, the first move Mega Greninja clicks is Ice, like when he first switches in or first Mega Evolves is Blizzard, then yeah, you'll be an Ice type. And then the other two, like Slowking, right? And you have Regenerator, so you get your health back when you switch. You got Ninetales, and who's the other one? Oh, Talonflame, right? They're all for support, right? They're not really there to fight back, essentially. Like Slowking has HP, defense, special attack, and special defense investment, so he can like live hits. He's got Scald, so it's a water move. 30%, 20. It might be 20%. No, I don't think they nerfed it. 30% chance to burn. You got Psychic Noise, does psychic damage, prevents healing for 2 turns. And you have Flamethrower for in case there's like a Steel type. Notice like if a Steel type shows up, you can't really hit a Steel type at all. Unless you hit Mudshot with Glaceon, and that's why Talonflame is there for fire coverage, but you have Flamethrower on Slowking to hit Steel types. Ninetales is there to set up Snow, obviously. You have Snow Warning, which sets up Snow. Aurora Veil gives you... Aurora Veil, you take 20% less damage? I think it's 20%. I can't remember. Damage to allies is halved. I don't think it's halved exactly. It's a very... I can't remember the exact percentage of it, but I think it's like 30% or 33, something 20%. It's something. It reduces the damage of both physical and special moves while it's up for about 5 turns. You have Moonblast. I didn't want Blizzard because I didn't want to keep spamming. I didn't want all ice moves. Because if I put an ice move on here and then a dragon type shows up and my ice types are down and I can't click, yeah, I'm just gonna click Moonblast. You have Encore for support and Protect, so you can like play wise. And then you have Talonflame. The whole point of Talonflame is also scare off other steel types. And you have it's a special attacking Talonflame too, right? So Talonflame already is like one of the fastest Pokemon in the game. You can see that here. Like this does it by top 300 speed stats. And if you just slightly scroll down, Talonflame is right there, 126. But the Talonflame I'm using isn't max. It's max HP with 18 speed, 16 defense. Like it's made to take, oh Jesus. It's made to take physical hits pretty well. Right? And then you do timid, right? Which is still 180 speed. 180 speed like outspeeds everybody. Like 180 speed is 9 points lower than Mega Frostlass. But you don't exactly need the speed. But I have Heat Wave to hit both opponents at the same time with fire moves. You have Will-O-Wisp. It's only 85 accuracy, but burning an opponent is pretty huge. Right? You have Tailwind, and I really decided Tailwind was the toughest decision. Because Tailwind doubles your speed for 4 turns. But I didn't know if I want to run Tailwind or Protect or U-Turn. But I think I really want to taunt. Honestly, either you run Tailwind or you run Taunt. That's my suggestion. And then you have a very unique move in Quick Guard. And Quick Guard protects your allies from priority moves. So like Fake Out. If somebody's going to click Fake Out, you can click Quick Guard and protect yourself and your teammate. Just in case. Or somebody goes for like extreme speed that they were talking about earlier, like I was talking about earlier in the Dragonite. Quick Guard blocks that. If they go for, what's another priority move? I forgot anybody with priority on here. Ice Shard. Like a Bomb of Snow with Ice Shard, which is priority move, which always goes first. Quick Guard will go first to block it. So it is a phenomenal support move. Honestly, if you don't like the way Talonflame is built on here with the defense, you can always like drop it and put it into speed instead for 195 and then 2 points defense. Talonflame's a very frail Pokemon, but Heat Wave spam, Will-O-Wisp is great. There's a lot of physical, like this team isn't very good against physical attackers. Like Slowking is there to like kind of switch in and stop that. So is Ninetales. And ice types in snow, when the snow is on the field and the ice type is there, they take less damage from physical moves, so they might be a bit better. Special wise, I mean, 95, 100, 110, 100. We don't care about Greninja. These Greninja Talonflame are glass cannons. Well, this is a glass cannon, definition glass, like fast, super fast, hits hard, not very good defenses. I don't know what this is. But yeah, that's the rundown of the team. There's the code. There are the moves. Here are the stats one more time. Right? And I mean, once you get the code, you already have the moves and the stats anyways. You don't have to do anything. But that's all I wanted to show. I really just want to test out audio and volume of whatever I'm showing. But yeah, that's about it. It's good to be back. Glad to show this off again. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. It's just a practice stream, whatever. Have a very smashing